Well, happy Wednesday, everybody. As you can see, I'm working at the home office today. Uh, you know, Jim Gonzalez, EDI Support LLC. Hopefully, you can hear me nice and clear and loud as my dog barks upstairs to make things even more entertaining. So things aren't entertaining enough around my house. So today, what we're going to do is we're going to talk about how we're going to deal with Shopify. I had a video that I had done earlier talking a little bit about Shopify and that kind of stuff. And what I want to get into is I want to get into navigating seamless EDI integration with Shopify. What do I feel are best practices for dropship companies? The reason I'm bringing this up is because I have different companies and organizations that are reaching out about, leveraging and utilizing Shopify from their end, and their startups or their new companies, and they don't have any type of ERP, accounting software, any of those things. Okay, so when you're in that realm and you're using your Shopify, because Shopify is one of the largest e-commerce platforms that's out there to help enable people with selling products online, handling their different items that they have, and that kind of stuff. So some of these organizations, they don't have a QuickBooks, they don't have a NetSuite, they don't have an Acumatica, they don't have whatever different type of ERP or accounting or financial software that you're looking at. Okay, they may have Shopify or Shopify Plus. There's different flavors of Shopify. When they're looking at growing and they're saying, hey, I want to move on from not just doing direct customers myself through my own SEO or website and that kind of stuff, and I want to move on to getting in with, I don't know, Chewy.com or Army Air Force or any of these other organizations, and they're saying, listen, I have an opportunity to get onto these companies and dealing with these trading partners, and they're going to put my product on their e-commerce site or on their website, and they're going to make it available. But I use Shopify. Like, that's what I have. It's Shopify and some Excel spreadsheets, and I have a bookkeeper in the back end that logs a lot of my stuff. Now, those organizations, of course, they're all different. Some are manufacturing their own products. Some are just, a pure marketing play, as I call it, where they have a manufacturer and a distributor or a 3PL or whatever handling a lot of those things for them. So really their job is to go out there and drum up business and find leads and really focus on getting their product knowledge or brand awareness out there. So what they say then to me is they're like, hey, I need to do EDI, but I have no clue where to start. Well, the big things that you need to do is you need to first find out what are the different requirements that those trading partners are going to look for. A lot of those trading partners are going to look for purchase orders, invoices, advanced ship notices. They might be looking at some custom packing slips, some UCC 128 labels, depending on how much of a product you're selling and you're distributing. They might have UPS labeling, FedEx labeling, all the different things. So when you find out those particular requirements, you have to also figure out where are the shortcomings of what you have going on. So with Shopify typically will enable you to create UPS and FedEx labelings, okay? Now, a trading partner might also require a UCC 128 or an SSCC 18 label, which is like a 4x6 label that you put onto a carton, okay? Shopify doesn't have that. At least I'm not aware of an add-on with Shopify. Now, you can get other products that'll be enabled to allow you to do a WMS feel outside of that. Or you can have your, some EDI platforms can do that for you. But now here's the thing that a lot of people don't think of. Those EDI service providers or those EDI platforms are focused on the order being in the platform. So if it's an SPS or True Commerce, they're focused on that EDI document coming in goes into their platform, and then you do everything from inside of there. Well, a lot of these organizations, they look at Shopify as their end all be all. So they're like, hey, listen, when I do my e-com orders that come in, I do my fulfillment, I do all of those things inside of Shopify. I don't have to go into some other proprietary software or platform or any of that kind of stuff to do what I wanted to do. Why can't my EDI do the same thing? Well, some third-party EDI providers don't have what we call a bidirectional flow of data. So they can read data from your Shopify and the orders from their Shopify into TrueCommerce, SPS Commerce, and the rest that are out there. But they can't take an EDI order and push it in to your Shopify so that you can handle that normal, what you consider normal, processing of an order, a purchase order. Whether it came in through e-com or it comes in through EDI, you're maybe envisioning it as the same thing. So you want Shopify to be your end-all be-all. Understand when you're out there and you're talking to these different providers, ask them, when I get an EDI order, do I have to go into your platform, or can I process through my normal Shopify steps and handle everything inside of Shopify where I don't even have to go into your stuff? You want to ask them that, because most likely, most of them that are out there, as of right now, they don't have bidirectional. They don't have it that you can choose to either do all of your order processing inside of Shopify or do it in, or that you have to do it inside of their EDI platform. So think about that. Again, I have a lot of companies that are coming out to me and they're new, or they've been around for a little bit, but they've been focused really on their own website and their own brand awareness. And now they're getting into, hey, how do I expand? How do I add in trading partners? How do I do those type of things? How do I become EDI capable? There's options. Like if you come to us at EDI Support LLC and you say, hey, listen, I have Shopify and I want to deal with an EDI trading partner, but I want to do everything in Shopify. We can help you figure it out. We can figure out those limitations. We can figure out what you can't do inside of your Shopify. So then what do you need to add? Do you need a way to print custom packing slips? Because a lot of your different trading partners are going to say that they want to see a custom packing slip. Basically, a custom packing slip is really, if you think about it, they're masking. So they're masking where the actual product is coming from. They want their buyers to think it's coming from AFES, Best Buy, whatever. They want them to see that logo, Best Buy logo, AFES logo, whatever, inside that box when they look at the packing slip. They don't want to see Bob's soaps inside of there. They want to see theirs. They want their customers and their buyers and the customer acquisition that they did to think of Best Buy, not think of Bob's soaps. Sorry, it's a bad example. Electronics and soap doesn't really mix, but who knows? Best Buy could move into selling soap later down the road. But you get what I'm saying is you need to figure out those requirements, figure out how you envision this working. And again, if you don't envision that, reach out to somebody like us that is an EDI consulting and support entity, and we can tell you or help guide you along those ways. And we can help figure out how you want this to work. Just because there's organizations and people out there that say, oh, you shouldn't do that. That's not the proper accounting and proper business. Listen, people could care less what's the proper accounting and proper way to process orders and all of those things. You just want to get the job done. You want to do what you're familiar with. You want to handle it the way you want to handle it. A lot of these companies are coming back. They're complaining. They're saying, hey, I did an EDI add-on, but they're telling me that they can't feed the orders back into Shopify where my team's used to working inside of Shopify. We have to go into their platform. Well, guess what? That might not be the right provider for you, because they're forcing you to do it their way, not your way. And one of the things in the over 25 years that I've been doing this, that I've learned is you really shouldn't force clients and companies to do it the way we want you to. And I'm not going to be that dictator. I want you to be enabled to do it as many different options as you can. Now, sometimes there's limited options that we have, and you might have to do it a certain way, but that's because we've looked at all the other ways of being able to do it, and tried to figure out and get it to work the way that you want it to work. So when it comes to Shopify, understand the limitations that you have with Shopify. And if you don't have we're not a Shopify shop per se, like we don't do consulting in Shopify. If you need a consulting group for Shopify, reach out. I can make a connection. I can give you somebody that can help you with your Shopify. That's what they do. They're focused on Shopify. It's just like anything else. We don't do QuickBooks. If you need help with QuickBooks, I can find you a partner. I'm going to get you a connection to somebody to help you out with your QuickBooks, with your NetSuite, with all of those things. Our focus is EDI, API, moving data, getting systems linked up to each other, and getting everything moving the way that you'd like it to move. My focus isn't on how to add a user-defined field in QuickBooks, how to add a user-defined field in NetSuite. There's plenty of other organizations that are out there that are doing that. That's not really what we do. What we do is EDI, API integrations. When it comes to Shopify, understand that there's limitations. There's things that are always being added. If you look in their app store and that kind of stuff, you'll see various different things that other people have run across where they found maybe a shortcoming in Shopify. Just know the way that it works is the more people that are pushed for it, it's going to there's going to be an add-on. There's most likely eventually going to be an embedded EDI add-on to Shopify. That's going to allow you to, and people are going to allow Shopify to create custom packing slips, to create UCC 128 labels, to create all of those things inside of Shopify. Shopify is becoming its own little entity in its own little world, and it's immersing and growing into more of an ERP with financials and all those things. It's going to happen because they have more and more companies that are out there needing more things from it. And that's what the evolution of any product happens. But the big thing that you have to remember is there's limitations of what it can do and what it can't do. And if you can't get a custom packing slip or you can't get a UCC 128 out of it with Shopify, reach out. We can help you to determine other add-ons, other things that are called a WMS, a warehouse management software that enables you to show how your product is packaged, to print custom packing slips, to print labels, to do all those things, and it'll interact with your Shopify because you're making up for what Shopify might not be doing for you. I hope that gives you some insight and gives you realities into what you're trying to do and what you're looking to do. Never let anybody tell you you can't do something or your process can't be that way. Understand there's options out there. Now, do those options sometimes cost more money? Yes. Can they save you with headaches? Yes. All of those things. It's risk versus reward. It's what are you looking to do? What do you want to do? And maybe I tell people this, maybe right now might not be the right time because you don't have the money stored up and you don't have the money sitting there to allocate and do those different things. But in 6 months, it could be a different story. In a year, that could be a definitely different story. 2 years, 3 years, whatever it may be. So I never understand when people are feeling as though they're stuck. So Shopify is a great product. It's out there. A lot of people use it. There's various other competitions that are out there. We're not a Shopify partner. I don't get paid for this. We're just trying to help get information out there to help people with understanding what you can do. Shopify has a lot of different interactions that it can do. It has a little bit of limitations on inventory counts and physical counts and those type of things. If you have a client that's asking for it, you might also have some limitations in doing what are called purchase order acknowledgments. Again, these things can be worked through because there's different status settings inside of Shopify. There's different things that you can look at in the API documentation of Shopify. So know that as a EDI consultant and an EDI entity in the world of EDI and API, there's different options. There's different ways to get it up and running and get it physically working. We don't make software. We leverage software. We leverage providers that are out there, ones that I've reviewed out of the majority that are out there, the good, the bad, the ugly. But there's options. There's options to get your Shopify flowing and data flowing the way that you want it to, with custom labeling, custom packing slips, all of those type of things. So just know, what is your trading partner looking for? What do they want you to do? And how do you envision it working? Figure out your business process. If you can't figure that out, then maybe you need a partner to help you with Shopify to figure that out, or a partner with any of the other products. We're here, Jim Gonzalez, EDI Support. It's, of course, another beautiful Wednesday. As you can see, I'm working out of the house. The dog stopped barking. We have some miracles on Wednesdays every now and then. So, as we move on and we go through these different things, if there's other questions that I can help you with, or other things that you want to talk about or discuss, don't hesitate, reach out. Again, Jim Gonzalez, EDI Support LLC. Follow us here on LinkedIn, subscribe to our channel on YouTube, join our Discord group to keep learning from experts and get quick answers to your EDI and API questions. Of course, all of the links are in the detail section of under the event. And have a great day. Have a great Wednesday. Stay warm. It's getting a little chilly out there. Anyways, bye-bye.